All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got lots of people waiting for this live stream to start. And I'm Diego, and waiting for my K1 visa to get adjudicated. Karina and I, both of our K1 visas, is hers, actually. And Namaste, Diego from Paya Paya, India. We love our friends in India, beautiful India. And what day is today's Saturday? Look at the weekend. How quickly the weekend got here. And we got this young lady here, and she got an approval for Cuba, communist Cuba. Got an K1 visa approval, and her visa interview at the mission in the U.S. mission in Cuba is September 27th. And Kaiser H says, "Hello, Diego. How are you doing this Saturday evening? Also, how is your fiance Karina doing as well?" Karina is doing great. She right now is at work in northern Bogota, Colombia. She's at work helping her friend Mihai, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Lovely young lady. And Karina is helping her set up her business. You know, there's not much time left for Karina in Colombia. I'm pretty sure I'll get my MVC welcome letter, National Visa Center welcome letter, probably in the next few days, next week. Who knows? Nelson Gooden, Buenos tardes, from the shadow of the Organ Mountains in southern New Mexico. So, Nelson, if you are in the shadow of the Organ Mountains, you must be near Las Cruces. And Las Cruces, New Mexico, right there. I've been to the Organ Mountains. I've been to Las Cruces, and I also went to the Carlsbad Caverns. And I lived in New Mexico for 4 years. It's a beautiful, beautiful state. But you got a communist running the state right now. The governor of New Mexico has turned into a communist. So hopefully they'll get a new governor at the next election. I think there's a representative has just filed impeachment charges against the governor of New Mexico. Let's see. K Messenger, good afternoon, Diego and Karina. Greetings from Tlaxcala, Mexico. Jenniella James, hi, Diego. Jacob, good evening. Diego, Jacob, what's going on? Kaiser H, Diego, did you get any updates on the I-134 Declaration of Financial Support? You can use the current edition and the current date. The current I-134 is still good. Okay. It hasn't. You can still use it, even though it says it's expired. Immigration hasn't changed it. They haven't put out a new one, so you can continue to use the old one until immigration put out a new one. And Nelson says, yes, our governor is a piece of work. She's a communist, my friend. She is. She suspended the Second Amendment in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in Bernalillo County. She suspended the Second Amendment. She has no authority. Only the Congress of the United States can do that. Okay? I think she probably irritated at least 80% of the state. I doubt she's going to get reelected. The reason I talk about this in the YouTube channel, because if you are living in a foreign country, okay, you live in a foreign country, you're coming to live in the United States of America to live. When you get here, when you become a permanent resident, you have the same rights as Americans. Okay, you just can't vote. You can't vote, but you can buy a gun. You can express yourself freely without fear. And the governor of New Mexico, she needs to go live in Venezuela. She'd do good there. Let's see here. Angel, good night, everyone. Angel Tate, what's going on? Michelle, Diego, I ended up sending an inquiry to the MVC to ask if I should change my fiance's home address on the DS-160, even though the mailing address remains the same. Do you think sending this inquiry will delay my case? Okay, when you fill out the DS-160, if you send an inquiry to the MVC, they're gonna probably delete that. They'll probably just delete that message. It's irrelevant. Okay, it's irrelevant to immigration. When you fill out the DS-160, put the address of your sponsor, or excuse me, your sponsor, where he lives, etc. You're in control of the DS-160. Okay, not the MVC couldn't care less. The DS-160 is done at the embassy level, not at the MVC level. The MVC, all they do, or USCIS, is they process visas and they process cases and they investigate American citizens. That's what they do. Homeland Security. If you move, okay, sponsor, then you'll put your new address on the I-134. And if your beneficiary moves, then you update the DS-160 when you fill it out. Whoopslap, good evening from Missouri, from me and Judith. Well, hi, Judith and Whoopslap. I just want to give any, that's like some kind of commercial just popped up. I just want to give, what did you say here? Sorry about that. This big commercial slapped in front of me and interfered with our live stream. I just want to give any Filipino applicants a chance to get early appointment. September 13th is available. One appointment is ready. Okay, good information, Whoopslap. Albertine Umahosa Murasira. Hello, Diego. My fiance and I, we have filed our case. I would like to ask, how long is it going to take to receive the information that they have received it? Thank you. Okay, now, did you just file your K-1 visa to the lockbox in Dallas? Is that what you just did? You just put your K-1 visa and you mailed it. It's going to take about a week to 10 days to get the NOA-1 letter. If you've received the NOA-1 letter, it's going to take about 11 months to 12 months, probably 11 months to get your NOA-2 letter. And then after that, who knows? I don't know. The MVC is going slow right now. I've gone past like 90 plus days. I don't, we're still waiting for our MVC welcome letter. They're slow as molasses, but they're busy. It's either that the MVC is busy or the embassy in Bogota, Colombia is busy. It's probably right in there. The embassy in Bogota is probably getting busy. Let's see. Shinzi. Hi, Diego. What's going on, Shinzi? And Paya is looking for Eno. Hi, Diego. Happy weekend. How are you? Raj, are you here? Paya is looking for Raj. We're doing great. Karina's at work. Javo, hello, Diego. Best wishes to you and Karina. MVC letter very soon, according to data this month of September. USCIS process cases has dramatically decreased, but I read that they already started October 2022. They could have already, and I'll investigate and make a video. If they started processing 2022 K-1 visas, that's good news, right? Good news. And Jacob says he's not changing my flight. Well, good. Javo, do you have any new information to give us on updates, please? We are November 2022 filers. My fiance is in the Philippines. Javo, which part of the Philippines is your fiance? Where does she live? And the MVC is going slow right now, but maybe that's just because, in my case, I don't know about your case. The embassy in Bogota, I think they just hired like 50 more people. They're trying to get their employment up. They're trying to hire more people in Bogota. Let's see. Make sure I don't miss a question. Jacob, September 13th would miss up any medical exams. Okay. Paya, we want to buy a house in Orlando. Can you help us? Well, Orlando is in Orange County. I live in Santa Rosa County. Okay. But I can help you as a referral. Okay. I can if you send me your information, I can send a referral to my boss who will then help you. But no problem. I am registered. I'm licensed in the state of Florida to sell houses, but it would be a referral. I'd be glad to help you. That's, let me know what you're looking for, what you are looking for. Now, remember, this isn't my real estate channel. This is your YouTube channel, okay, for K-1 visas. But I'll help you. Bye. Hi, Mr. Diego. We are waiting our welcome letter like you, NOA-2, June 23rd. So your NOA 2 is June 23rd. Wow. Well, let's hope you get your welcome letter soon. K Messenger, the MVC, do they have a documented time frame for processing? It's like 3 months is what I'm seeing. Albertine, yes, Diego, we mailed it to Dallas. My fiance is in the USA, but me, I'm in Rwanda. Oh, wow, Rwanda. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so it takes about a week to 10 days to get the NOA 1 letter and about 11 months to get the NOA 2 letter. But hopefully it'll be a little faster for you, okay? Whoop slap, Jacob, you can get scheduled medical for 11 and 12. Just make sure you don't fail the sputum. Woo, there you go. Javo, Boho. I don't understand that. Frank Guida, Diego, good evening. Bringing my fiance to the U.S. next month. Nice. Flying into Fort Lauderdale from Bogota. Good job. From Bogota, Colombia. Can we go through the same immigration line or they split us up? No. I've flown in and out of Fort Lauderdale, okay, from Colombia, from Bogota. You will bring your beneficiary with you, hold her hand, and walk her through the U.S. citizen line, okay? Don't separate. Don't separate from each other. You keep a hold of her by the hand or put your arm around her and walk her through the U.S. immigration, U.S. citizen line. Bring her with you. You don't separate, okay? Aren't you glad you're on this channel? I'm giving you all this great information. But congratulations on your K1 visa getting done. Paya, India. Oh, does NVC process the same? Let me see here. The same for every country, or timing depends on the country, such as India. Yeah, the NVC will assign case numbers after they've called the embassy or the consulate. In India, they'll call the consulate in Mumbai. And today, a lady got her K1 visa. Not today. Yesterday she got her K1 visa. Whoopslap to Jovo. Mine is from Naga City in Bicol. That's the Philippines. Must be. Albertine, I have the USA visa, and I would like to ask if there is no problem to come and visit him while we file for our case. I would love to come for Thanksgiving. Sure. If you got a B2 tourist visa, it's good for 10 years. Come on over. We'd love to have you. Jacob is reminding everybody whose Filipino fiance is getting a medical exam, they require 2 weeks before the interview. Jacob, Bohol is an island in the Philippines, Diego. There's islands everywhere. The Philippines is 7,000 islands. It's a beautiful country. My friend lives in Dumaguete. I think that's what it's called. James Warner, Diego. Hi, Diego. Just ordered my binder of Amazon so I can start making a pretty packet. James, that's good. Good job. Put everything together, get everything organized. And Jacob says he went to Bohol last year. I bet you did. Whoopslap to Jacob. I know they say that, but a lot of people are doing it a week before. Haha. All right. I know it's a time crunch, and I'm sure there is a reason they suggest it, but you may be able to make it work. And Jovo, Bohol, Philippines. Yeah, it's in the Philippines. Paya, India. Are premarital courses mandatory to issue the license they asked for? That is in Orange County. No. Let me tell you about getting married in Orange County, Florida. Okay. If you go through a premarital course, you can get married right away. You do the class, you pay for the class, you do the class, and then you get your marriage license and you can get married right away. If you don't go through the premarital course, you get the license, you pay for the license, and you have to wait 3 days. Okay, that's the only difference. That's Orange County. And why do they call Orange County in Orlando Orange County? Because of all the oranges. There's so many oranges down there. So hopefully that answers your question, okay? Premarital course is not mandatory. It just means if you do it, you can get married within that day instead of waiting for 3 days. Victor Saturnino. Hi, Diego. My interview will be on Tuesday. All right, Victor, you've got this. It's easy. You're right there at the finish line. Shinzi. Hi, Diego. Same question from yesterday. Can I accompany my fiance during the K1 visa interview in Indonesia? They said, what I'm doing actually is I sent them an email because I prefer to get it in writing before I put out information. So I'm still waiting for them to respond. I want them to email me their response. So that way, if I tell you the answer and I'm wrong because somebody on the phone gave me bad info, then I'm covered. But I'm not sure right now. I'm still waiting for the email. Okay. That's what I'm waiting for. So, you can email the embassy too if you want to. But I don't know. I think you can. I don't see why you cannot accompany her in Indonesia. I don't think it's a problem. But I'm waiting on that email. Let's see. Jen Ganesh, hi Diego. Did the NVC respond to you on your case? Not yet. Still waiting. Jacob, I don't like the idea of time crunching. Okay. Paya, is there an app to track the NVC case? I don't recommend putting any apps on your phone that is not that with immigration or from these companies. Okay. I don't recommend it. Just stick with USCIS. Go into your online case file and stick with USCIS. Do an update. Do an NVC inquiry. Don't put apps on your phone. An application on your phone is just another way for somebody to track your stuff. Brian and Jacqueline, high five. Well, salute to Brian and Jacqueline. Look at that super chat. A toast to Brian and Jacqueline, a Mountain Dew toast. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm thirsty. You guys are keeping me in Mountain Dew, which is keeping me going, right? So I don't recommend putting apps on your phone. Just stick with immigration. NVC inquiry, USCIS case online. That's all I mess with. I don't put anything else on my phone. Jen Ganesh, hi Diego. I had sent an inquiry to the NVC and they responded to me with a case number, good, and an invoice number, okay. But I keep checking the status and saying it's at NVC. Well, that means that the embassy's busy right now. The embassy's busy, okay? The embassy's backed up. So what you're looking for is in transit and ready status. That's what you're waiting for now, okay? When you get that, then you can apply for your visa. John Labatt, Diego, Karina, hello to everyone. Hello, question. Do we continue to check the USCIS account or we wait for the letter from the NVC to check our status? Thank you. No, don't just if you can keep checking, don't wait for immigration to send you a letter, okay? Unless it's your NOA-2 letter or your NOA-1 letter. Those are very important. But if you have your case number, you can check your status with your case number. Google NVC inquiry and then put in your case number and they'll tell you the status of your visa, okay? But don't wait for welcome letters. Start the process moving forward. There are lots of people getting their K1 visas without welcome letters. It's immigration, guys. It's the U.S. government at its finest, right? James Wan, would a marriage license and ceremony date with a court marriage be enough to count as evidence to get married? Yeah, absolutely. Of course it is. It's a legal document issued by the state where you live. Okay, absolutely, it's legal. No problem. The state government, our country is a republic. Okay, the United States is a republic. We got 50 states. Hawaii is the 50th state. Alaska's the 49th state. And I believe, come on now, test me on this, Delaware was the first state, right? So we got 50 states, and the states control each other's business, okay? The government, the county commissioners, the parishes, the state representatives, they all control the government, control the states. And Washington, D.C., the president and the vice president, and they work for us. They work for the states. Okay, we don't work for them. They work for us. somebody needs to tell that to our current president, by the way. Okay. So you go in, you get married, you get your marriage license from the state, issued by the state, and it's a legal document that is good to go. No worries. It's proof of marriage, definitely. Paya Paya, we need to start putting our binders together. Okay, good. We have been LDR, long distance relationship, for 55 months. I like the fact you count months. That's good. I don't count days. You didn't put days up there. You put months. A high five. How much material do we recommend we include in the binder? Well, if you've been together for 55 months, you want to have information and evidence over those 55 months, starting from the beginning to now. Just a little bit from each month. That's a lot of stuff, right? So you better get a big binder. You know, that's what I did with Karina. I recommend you put a little bit from each month in order of month: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, from whichever 55 months ago. Okay, from when you started to now. You can do it. It's a lot of work, but you want to get this done. Brian and Jacqueline, hello, Diego and Karina. Happy Saturday. How are you doing? We are doing great. Muy bien aquí. Muchas gracias. We are doing fantastic. Every day we're doing great. Every day is a day closer to when Karina is here with me here in Florida, right? And when your beneficiaries are with you in the United States of America, whether you're in New Mexico, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Hawaii, wherever you guys are at. We want your beneficiaries to be with you, like I want Karina to be with me. And, it's a great, another day closer. John Labatt, just a note, we never received an email from NOA1 or NOA2. It was on USCIS. You just answered my question. Okay. Whoopslap, the MVC will be shipping on Tuesday and Wednesday this week. Going to see lots of people go in transit this week. Well, whoopslap. Boom. I wish I could send you a super chat for that, but I can't. But that's good information. So I'll give you a toast to whoopslap with a Mountain Dew. Jen Ganesh, hi Diego. Can I contact the embassy here in Guyana if my case stays on at MVC? No, that you can't. The embassy don't have a clue as to what's going on with your case if the case is at the MVC. The MVC will respond back to you and say, we have no idea what you're talking about. Your case isn't here. We got nothing to go on. We got no case number. We got no invoice number. We got nothing. The only way, when you have to contact the MVC, okay? Contact the MVC. Don't contact the embassy. The only time you contact the embassy or the consulate is when you are in ready status, okay? Ready status means the embassy has your stuff and they're waiting on you to start processing the visa. So contact the MVC. Contain this. I like, what a name. That's a great name right there. Contain this. Like you've waited 85 days for welcome letter. I put in an inquiry like you and I received a response. They gave me an ID number. Is this the case number? Well, MNL is an invoice number, it looks like, an ID invoice number. MNL is the name of the country or the city of the country. MNL, which country are we talking about contain this? MNL, is that Manila? That could be Manila. Whoopslap, JM, the embassy won't tell you anything if they don't have your case. Contain this, I checked SIAC, it said MVC, can we fill out? It said at MVC, can we fill out DS-160? No. Contain this, you don't fill out the 160 and the DS-160 till you're in the ready status. And DS, that means Department of State, okay? DS means Department of State. It's a Department of State form, and it's free to file. Doesn't cost you a penny. But you do have to pay for the visa interview, which I believe is $265. Yilda Colon Medina. Hi, Diego and Karina. Monday, going to VAC Biometrics. Dominican Republic. Great job. Okay, Yilda. Buona suerte para ti. Johnson M. Happy Saturday. Your live chat is awesome. Well, if we're gonna, you guys make it awesome. We're never gonna be bored. This is the place to be if you want to get information instead of waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks from you sending it from immigration. I'll give you the answer right now if I know the answer. And I'm still waiting from the embassy in Indonesia to let me know if the sponsor can accompany the beneficiary to the visa interview. I'm waiting. I'll find out probably. It's the weekend, so probably Monday I'll find out. But then in Monday night I do the live stream, and I'll give you the answer. So I'm glad you like the live stream, Johnson. April Flower. Hi, Diego. Our processing time's increasing currently. Thank you. They're getting faster at USCIS. They're doing pretty good. And I've seen quite a few people getting their MVC processing done in like 80 days. But not many. So, it depends on how busy the embassies are too. Abduli Jallo. Hello, Diego. Greetings to you watching from the UAE. High five to everybody in the UAE. And that's the United Arab Emirates. We love everybody in the UAE. Our friends, we send you our best wishes. James Wan, do you know if the VAC is accepting walk-in appointments if I can't get a biometric appointment on the Travel Docs website? You'd have to contact the in the country where your beneficiary is. You'd have to call the doc. There's a phone number you can call and check on that. Brian and Jacqueline, we finally have everything scheduled. October 10th is the medical exam in Bogota, right? Then October 23rd is the biometrics and the fingerprints. And October 24th is the interview. Well, that's fantastic. So October 24th is the big day. And these are some of the questions that you're going to probably get at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. And when you go through the security, they're going to look in your bag and they're going to put a wand over you to make sure you don't have anything on there. They're going to do a security check. And they're asking you questions like, how does people communicate? How does everybody communicate? When did you first meet each other? It's easy. It's easy. You're at the end of this. Next month, it's all over for you guys. And you'd be in America. Whoopslap is talking to contain this. Good information to contain this. Yilda Colon Medina. Hey, Diego, beware. My welcome letter was sent by email. Pay attention to those waiting for the welcome letter. Yeah, check your spam. Okay, contain this. Yes, Manila. Hey. I'm good, aren't I? I got it right. I got the right country and I got the right city. So yes, that's Manila. So that's your invoice number for Manila. Albertine Umahosa Murasira. Once the MVC get our case, what's next? Then you got to wait for them to ship it to the embassy. They will send our case to our embassy and the embassy is going to contact me. You answered your own question. High five, Albertine. You answered your own question. This is not difficult. You did good. I salute you. A Mountain Dew salute. Good job. Shinzi, thank you, Diego. No problem. Contain this. I'm confused because the inquiry letter doesn't say case number, but on SEAC gave me status with that number. That MNL means Manila. Okay. That identifies the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines. That's the identification code for the embassy. Like Bogota, Colombia is BGT. All right. So how are you confused? It doesn't say case number. Okay. Well, that's the invoice number, not the case number. Contain this. Did you get any numbers on your inquiry? Nothing. No, I sent an inquiry to the MVC, and they sent me back an email saying, when your case has been shipped to the embassy or consulate, then you'll be notified. I got nothing. No case number, no invoice number, zero, nada, nothing. That's my K1 visa processing. That's my case, not your case. Everybody's different, So maybe, I don't know, maybe my K1 visa is still sitting at the NVC, and they haven't assigned it a case number yet because the embassy's busy in Bogota. Could be. And they're not telling me anything, which is typical of a U.S. government-ran operation. Brian and Jacqueline, that was going to be my next question. If you had an idea of the questions Jacqueline may get asked. Okay, the questions for Jacqueline. Do you speak English? If you don't speak English, how do you communicate with your sponsor? Does your sponsor speak Spanish? Answers could be your sponsors. Jacqueline speaks English, or her sponsor speaks Spanish. You use a translator on your phone. The biggest thing is communication. How do you guys communicate? How does Jacqueline communicate? That's the question. Okay. To Brian, how do you guys talk to each other? When was the last time you saw each other? Let me see here. I'm trying to think. Make sure you bring pictures of photos of you're together in Colombia and Bogota right now. Get lots of pictures together and print. Go to a print store in Bogota and get them printed. Put them on your phone, email them to a print shop, and have them print some pictures while you're in Colombia, and bring those to the visa interview. Question could be, when was who proposed to who? What day did you guys get engaged? Did you have an engagement party? Things like that. Denise Jefferson is saying, congratulations, Brian and Jacqueline. Denise, always looking out for other people. Love to see things moving. Good. Thank you, Denise. Brian and Jacqueline, guys, high five. Guys, thank you. Salute, a Mountain Dew salute to Brian and Jacqueline. Remember, at the visa interview, Brian and Jacqueline, the main thing is they've already established you guys our relationship is good. What they want to figure out now is, how do you communicate with each other? That's their big thing. Okay? So be ready for that question. Don't forget the I-134, the tax transcript, 1040s, W-2s, 1099s, blah, all that kind of stuff. And Denise, let me see here. Denise Jefferson says, Jack, hold on a second. This live feed's moving pretty quick, guys. Intrinsic, sir. Now, I'm not sir. I'm Diego. My dad is sir. I'm Diego. Can you please explain from the NVC stage? Okay. The NVC, they're a clearinghouse. Intrinsic. Listen up. The NVC has one job. Okay. And I'll make it so easy that you'll understand this. They will first of all review the immigration package to make sure there's no errors in there or mistakes. If there's any errors or mistakes in the K1 visa package, they send it back to USCIS. Okay. And they'll say to USCIS, hey, you messed up. This is not correct. Fix this. That can happen very rarely, but it does happen. Number two, they're going to do a police check on the sponsor. Okay. They're going to make sure that I'm not a felon or a criminal, etc. They're going to do an FBI police check on me and all the sponsors. This is at the NVC. Okay. Then when they've done that, they're going to call the embassy up and say, let's say Bogota, for example. Hey, Bogota, how's everything? K-Mas, how's everything? Everything is good. Okay. Are you busy? Yeah, we're busy. Okay. Well, then they will hold my visa at the NVC. Okay. Until the embassy in Bogota gets unbusy. When it gets a little unbusy, then I'll get a case number, and they send me an email. Here's your case number. Okay. Then I can use the case number to track the case, to track the visa. Where is it at? In transit? Is it in Colombia already? When it gets there, I'll get a ready status. So that's what the NVC does. They check the visa to make sure it's good. They do a police check on the sponsor, and then they assign a case number. Can the NVC deny a visa? No, they have no authority. Zero authority. The NVC cannot deny your visa. Only the embassy can do that if there's a problem, which is not going to be a problem. You guys are all going to get your K1 visas. But, so don't panic. Once your case gets to the MVC, it's not going to get canceled by some bureaucrat. All right? Did that help you? Intrinsic. Jackie Merrill. Hey, Diego, we made our interview date for September 24th. I sent off the documents yesterday, September 8th. Hopefully they will get there in time. Well, if you sent DHL or FedEx, but if not, how much in advance should we reschedule an interview? Well, let's see. September 24th, you sent the documents September 8th. I hope you sent them via courier. It shouldn't take but a week to get the stuff there. What country? Which country? I can't remember. Denise Jefferson, Diego, the biometrics mentioned by Brian and Jacqueline, I'm learning about today. That's easy. Is this required for entry into the US? No. Or is this an adjustment of status thing? No. If so, can you go over the process? Absolutely. Come on, Denise. Come on. Okay. The biometrics is the fingerprints and the passport photo and the photo. Okay. Biometrics is basically fingerprints, which they will process in Bogota, Colombia, in my case, for Karina, or in your case, in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. They just take fingerprints. Then that information gets ran through the Nigerian police, whatever they do, background check. Okay, everything, it takes probably just 2 minutes to run it, and then the embassy will get the results of the biometrics. Okay, so it's not required for entry into the United States. Now, it's not required for adjustment of status. Now, when you're a beneficiary, when you guys get married in the United States of America, you're going to have to repeat the biometrics again. Okay, here's what happens. You fill out the adjustment of status paperwork. You write a check to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and you're going to pay for the green card and you're going to pay for the biometrics. So you send in your adjustment of status paperwork, which will be a big, thick thing like this, because you're going to make sure you don't forget anything for your adjustment of status paperwork. You're going to wait, and then you're going to get a letter from immigration telling you to bring your beneficiary for biometrics. From me, in my case, it's either going to be in Montgomery, Alabama, or it's going to be in New Orleans. Okay, so I get the letter. Diego, you got to bring Karina to New Orleans to get her biometrics done, which is what? Passport photo, fingerprints. They're going to repeat it for the FBI. Get the biometrics done. They run the police check on Karina, and boom. Then you wait for the green card. So you don't need to do biometrics to enter the USA. The biometrics are done for the embassy to see what the criminal history is on the beneficiary. That's it. Okay. You do the biometrics again in the United States for the green card. So does that help you, Denise? I hope I unconfused you. But yes, you do biometrics for adjustment of status, but the one that's done in the beneficiary's home country are used in the beneficiary's home country, not in the USA. When you get to the USA, you repeat the process for biometrics, and it costs like, I don't know, $85, I think, is what it costs. So Brian and Jacqueline, thank you, Denise Jefferson. It's been a long process. Oh yeah, but I know you and Diego and everyone watching is going to reach the finish line soon. Absolutely, it's just a process. It's a process. It's a waiting game. Can't contain this. I got the same response as you, but I got the numbers. Very good. Intrinsic, Diego, how does the welcome letter look like? What does it look like? It's an email from immigration. Can you please explain when I know it's ready? Okay, you're going to get an email from the MVC saying, congratulations on your decision to immigrate to the United States. And in that email, you should have a case number. And if you get an invoice number too, that's great. But mainly it's going to be the case number. And then you use that case number in the MVC inquiry to keep a track of your status of your case. Or you can go into the SEAC account. Probably the best thing to do is to go into the SEAC account Consular Electronic Application Center, set up an account and track the status there. And you're going to be looking for ready status and in transit. Well, actually, you're going to be looking for in transit first. You'll probably get an email called FTP1. You get an email, FTP1. They're like, oh, what's this FTP1? It just means that your visa package is in an airplane going to the embassy or the consulate. It's easy process. It's just time consuming. Maciel Martinez. Hello, Diego. I'm trying to stay patient, but Monday will be 110 days waiting for my welcome letter. Maciel, what's with the tears? Why did you put an emoji on there with tears? What's up with that? You are this close to getting your welcome letter from the NVC, and you got tears. Maciel, stop. I want to see smiley faces from you because you're this close. There are people who just applied today for their K1 visa, right? They just applied today. What does that mean? They got 1.5 years to go before they get their K1 visa, hopefully quicker. But you're just right there. You're just a couple of months away, maybe sooner. So take away those teary eyes, because I'm probably at about 110 days too, at least. I don't count days. I'm in the same boat as you. But I'm not crying. I'm happy because we are this close to getting that welcome letter. And when I get that welcome letter, that means I can get this visa interview scheduled and get this process moving. Then I can go to Colombia. I'll get on a plane. I'll fly from Pensacola, probably to Miami. Miami, I'll fly to Bogota. I fly American Airlines. I'm giving a plug to American Airlines. They're not paying me to say that. But they're a fantastic airline. They don't break down. They never miss. They never have to look for pilots. The service is fantastic. American Airlines all the way. Okay. I will fly Southwest and also Avianca. Avianca, another fantastic airline company. Avianca. I've got no issues with Avianca Airlines. I flew them all over Colombia. I've flown in Avianca all over Colombia. And I'm going to fly Avianca with Karina and Tokyo our cat from Bogota to Miami. The reason I'm not going to fly American Airlines is because they won't take our cat. That's crazy. They're losing all this business because they won't let cats travel on the plane. Avianca will. Okay, so I'm buying tickets with Avianca. So Maciel, I want you to go ahead and send me a happy emoji. Okay, those tears that you're not getting sympathy from me because you're this close to getting done. You're muy cerca. Okay, muy cerca. No poco tiempo más bien. Okay, please. So I'm gonna say when you give me a happy smiles, I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute. Okay, so don't be in a pity party. I don't want to see it because you're close. And Brian and Jacqueline again, and thank you guys for the super chat. I'm going to give you a toast. Come on, give me some questions. I've solved a lot of problems today. Maciel Martinez, I'm waiting for your emoji. Happy face. Okay. Whoops, Slap is talking to contain this. Bud Garcia, good afternoon, Diego. From Washington State. I was wondering what paperwork should I take to my fiance? I will be going to see her in October. Bring with you the I-134, filled out and signed and dated in black ink, original. Your tax returns, 3 years. Tax transcripts, 3 years. W-2s, 1099s, 3 years. A copy of your passport, biographic page, in color. Your passport's in color. Make a copy of it. In color. Bring that to her. Let's see. Mainly the financial documents is most important. Okay? Because all the other documents she's going to have to figure out to get. The police certificates, her birth certificate, and if it's in a foreign language, it's got to be translated. So, Bud Garcia, get a photocopy, make 2 copies of your passport biographic page. That's your face and signature and expiration date. In color. In October, let me see, a week before you fly, check the edition date on the I-134 a week before you fly out. And if it's still the same edition date, fill it out, sign it, and date it. Get all your tax documents together, your financial documents. Vitor Saturnino. Vitor Saturnino. Is that Italian? Is that an Italian name, Vitor? I can't remember. This process is crazy. You're right. But there's a reason for it being crazy. Okay? Homeland Security put this process in place to protect the frontiers of our country. Now, right now, our borders are wide open. Anybody can walk in, right? So really, when you say this process is crazy, you're right. But it was put together, before we had a wide open border to protect our country. Okay, that's the reason for it. You say you received your NOA2 before me, and I received my second letter on July 8th, and I already have my interview scheduled for next Tuesday. Vito, congratulations. It's a crazy process, right? But good job on you. I'm glad for you. Brian and Jacqueline, thank you for everything, Diego. No problem, really. All of the information and help you have given us has truly helped us along the way with this entire process. Well, that's good. That's why Karina said we were in Villa de Leyva in Colombia, Central Colombia, Villa de Leyva. And I was walking through this square, this central part, probably the most historic part of Colombia. This is where, Simon Bolivar and Nariño and all the other politicians were putting together the independence for Colombia. So I'm in this probably the most historical place in Colombia. And Karina said, why don't you put a YouTube channel together? Help people with their K-1 visas. And I said, that's a good idea. And here we are. Look how much we've progressed. Look where we're at. So glad to help you, Brian and Jacqueline. But Karina, she came up with the idea. She's a superstar. I tell you, her mind is sharp as a tack. I have the computer skills, so I put it together. I'm sharing my knowledge with you guys, which I've, this is my second K-1 visa I've been through successfully. And I went through a spousal visa, which was a nightmare, but I went through it successfully. So I know how to do this visa process. I'm not an immigration attorney. I got to say this, okay? I'm not an immigration attorney, and I don't give you any legal advice. Zero. I don't work for immigration. I don't work for USCIS. It's a disclaimer. So that way, folks, they understand this is information that I gained from knowledge and experience, not from going to, not from taking a bar exam to become an immigration attorney. There's no way I'd be an immigration attorney, okay? But I probably know this process better than some immigration attorneys, honestly, from what I'm seeing going on. Let me see here. Tadima Linda, is 10 pictures enough for evidence of relationship during K-1 visa interview? Bring 30. 30 pictures is a minimum. My recommendation. 10 no. 30. You want a photo album. You want to have a photo album of your relationship from when it started to the day you go to the visa interview. Like a few days before the visa interview, take some pictures together with friends and family, send them to your email them to a print shop in whichever country your beneficiary is in, and print them. And then document the pictures, the names of the people, the date the picture was taken, and who's in the picture. I'm going to have pictures the day before Karina, or 2 days before her visa interview in Bogota. I want to take a bunch of pictures with her and her family. She got a big family, 5 brothers living in Colombia, and her sister's, wow, you should see her sister, but she lives in Venezuela. So we're going to say, hello, Alba, ¿cómo estás? Saludas to Alba in Venezuela. Now, I don't know if people can watch our show from Venezuela, because this communist government, they probably censor everything. So, but we send our best wishes to Alba. But we're going to get lots of pictures right before the visa interview, maybe 2 or 3, and add it to the collection. So right there, the immigration officer is going to look and say, oh, wow, okay, well, this picture's from last week. That's what they're looking for. Jackie Merrill, it was Algeria. Okay, so the country is Algeria. Gotcha. JK, hi Diego, thanks for all that you do. No problem. My fiance's embassy received her petition 2 days ago for the I-134. How many pay stubs do they need? 6 months. Get 6 months worth of pay stubs. So we're in what we're in September, right? So it should go back 6 months from September. Veronica, hello Diego and Karina to Colombia, all the way from Rockingdom of Tonga. Yeah, I remember you from Tonga, the Kingdom of Tonga. Now, interviews next month. It was a quick process for me, the price of patience, like you're saying. God bless you guys. Well, God bless you also, Veronica. Now, Veronica, you live on a little island, right? Isn't Tonga in the Polynesian Islands, like in the middle of nowhere? I mean, I'm surprised you guys have internet, right? Yeah, I think James Cook made a visit to you guys. Was the last ship to pay a visit to Tonga. You guys are so isolated, and congratulations on your K1 visa getting processed. Can you imagine? I would love to be an immigration officer that is stationed in Tonga, the Kingdom of Tonga. Beautiful beaches, beautiful weather, beautiful people. What a job that immigration officer has. But congratulations on your process, Veronica. Paya Paya, India. I'm from India. I am paying per month to my ex and my daughter as per the court order. Well, it's a good thing. You better keep paying then. If I get visa, who will pay for her? If officer asks me, can I say my father will pay for her? It's okay. I need a letter. I don't understand that question. Paya Paya, India. If you are paying, if a court has told you to pay for your ex and your daughter, oh, I understand. So when you leave your country, when you leave India and come to the United States, okay, you're concerned about what is the immigration officer going to ask you? How are you going to? Who's going to be paying for the child support and for the ex, right? The alimony. Well, you are. You're going to keep paying, right? If the immigration officer asks you, who's going to be paying the child support and the spouse and the alimony, you will reply, I am. It's your responsibility. Your responsibility doesn't leave because you leave India. Okay? And then when the child turns 18, then you're good. I don't know how long the alimony is going to be for. It can't, hopefully, I don't think it's going to be forever. Usually they put a time constraint on it. I don't know. But that's your responsibility. So if you get that question, okay, you say that you will be still paying the alimony and the child support, not your dad. Don't say your dad. That's your responsibility. Yilda Colon Medina. I sent my paperwork to the Dominican Republic from Florida via FedEx. Good. And it was 1 day to get there. There you go, people. There you go. Send it overnight with signature. High five. Good job. Very good job, Yilda. I'm very impressed with you. Denise Jefferson, thanks, Diego. That is making more sense. There you go. When should my beneficiary actually go to the biometrics in Lagos? Okay, what will happen, Denise, is the embassy is going to coordinate that. Okay, they're going to tell you. You're going to get your beneficiary is going to get a letter from the embassy with a list of instructions. Get the medical exam, get the biometrics, and in that letter of instruction, it's probably going to be coming to you in an email, and you can get it to him in Nigeria if he doesn't have that access. But in that letter, in that email, it's going to tell you where to get the biometrics done, where to get the medical exam done. Okay, Karina, I'll receive an email for Karina. Diego, this is where you go for the biometrics. And there's an office in Bogota. I know where it is. I've been there. But what I'll do is I'm going to have Karina go there probably next week just to give us something to do to find that office so that when the time comes for her biometrics, she will know exactly where to go. Okay. I always like to, like Karina's already went to the doctor's office. She knows where the doctor is for her medical exam for the embassy interview. She knows where it is. We do all this pre-planning. We located where all the hotels are close to the embassy in Bogota, Colombia. And I made a YouTube video about that, believe it or not. Embassies that are close to hotels that are close to the embassy in Bogota. If you pre-plan all this stuff, find out where the doctor is, find out where you get the biometrics before it's time, then when the time comes, you know where to go. And there's no surprise. Paya, India. We've been together for I'll make sure I didn't miscontain this. No, he's talking to Whoopslack. Paya, India. We have been together for 55 months. I never visited my fiance's village hometown in India due to avoiding problems for him and his family. That's a good move. India is a society which is very strict, and if not married, it doesn't look good. Well, here's the thing, Paya, India. You better have pictures with your beneficiary, okay, and your sponsor, both of you guys. You got to prove that you were together and that you have visited each other, okay, and you've been in the physical presence of each other, because you got to prove that, okay. If the embassy think that you haven't seen each other or have never met each other, etc., there's going to be a problem. But you'll be okay. Doesn't matter if you've been together 55 months or 255 months. Immigration don't care. What immigration care about is that you were together and have been in each other's presence in the last 2 years before the visa was filed. Okay? And I haven't seen Karina now since December 29th of last year. So we're getting close to September. We're in September. I figured it would be a lot quicker than this for me to get this welcome letter. I figured I'd already be done by now. But apparently not. But I'm not getting upset about it. But as soon as I get this case processed with Karina, I'm on a plane to Colombia. So then if immigration want to know when was the last time I was with Karina, I'm right there with her at the immigration interview. The question has already been answered for them, right? So you got to go visit with each other. Maciel Martinez sent a big smiley face. There you go. Good. Hedrex Sodiero Christfire. Hey, Diego, the people waiting for the welcome, tell them to type the whole National Visa Center. Whole national. It happened to me. I had to type the whole thing. I found out not just type MVC. So type in a National Visa Center, not MVC. Very good. High five. Hedrex for that information. Let's see. Whoopslap. The case number contains your embassy identifier. Yeah. Or MNL. The year the case was created, the Julian Day, etc. was created. Right. MNL is for Manila. Let's see. Paya, India. What's going on? We got lots of questions. Due to him being a divorcee, he is concerned that this may look weird or bad in the consular eyes. But I just think, honestly, honesty is best policy. We didn't do anything wrong. Just in India, divorce takes a long time. As long as you guys are divorced and legally free to marry each other, and you have been within each other's presence, and you have been together, and you got pictures together, you're good within the last 2 years. Whoopslap. Short 3 letters and 10 numbers. We got it. Whoopslap. KH Gaming. Hi, Diego. We're just asking, just in case the papers don't get in time, how much time we need to reschedule. It's up to the embassy. It is your responsibility, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, to get the paperwork to your beneficiary. Okay? When I have scheduled the visa interview for Karina and her biometrics, okay, and her medical, she'll do that. She'll just call the doctor up. I'm going to fly to Bogota with all the documents. And I've shown you the vid on the last live stream. I've shown you the financial documents and the civil documents I put together. The only thing left that we're going to do is sign the letters of intent to get married, get those written and signed, the new ones, about 2 weeks before the visa interview. We will probably get a letter of singleness for Karina, Carta de Soltera, but that's going to have to come out of Venezuela because she's a Venezuelan and the Colombian government won't have a record of her in Colombia. And also the police certificate for Colombia. That's it. Don't forget your letters of intent to get married, guys. And in Brazil, you got to sign a letter of singleness in front of the consular officer. So if you're watching us from Brazil, your beneficiary has to go into the embassy website, U.S. Embassy website in Rio de Janeiro, look for the singleness letter and print it and bring that with you to the visa interview. Do not sign it until you get face-to-face with the visa consular officer and you sign it in front of the consular officer. That's Brazil. In Brazil, you got to have 8 months plus on your passport. Other countries, they only want you to have 6 months before expiration, but Brazil requires 8 months. Buy. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody, guys. Lamin Jabang and Paya. My thoughts are that you got to visit with each other. Okay, you got to be together and you got to prove it. Lamin Jabang, hi Diego, how are you? How are you? My fiance visa was approved on August 8, 2023, and I've not received the MVC case number. But my fiance said the MVC sent the MVC a message today. Yeah, it's the U.S. government. You know, they're dazed and confused. The right arm doesn't know what the left arm's doing. But it's getting done. The process is moving forward for you. So you're getting there. Okay? Lamin Jabang. Hi, Diego. How are you? Okay, I just answered that question. Bye. B-Y-E. Capital E. Diego, how long time more do you think we need to wait for our welcome letter if we receive our NOA2 June 23rd? Well, probably I would say in October, first week of October. Thank you, Diego, for your answer. We really appreciate your help. Bye. First week of October, you should be hearing from them, okay? Right in there. Paya India, just to be clear, I have met his family, and actually I love them all. Well, that's good. We have good connection, just we have avoided the village to avoid people talking since he's divorced. Avoid the village, okay? Good, don't go to the village, but make sure you got pictures with other people, family, friends, who are not going to be gossiping about your relationship. You know, it's human nature to gossip, right? You know, oh, he's too old for you. He's too young. She's too old. She's too young. Gossip, gossip, gossip. Oh, he's divorcee. Not good. Don't worry about those people, okay? They're the problem, not you, okay? This is your K1 visa. Doesn't matter what the age gap is. Doesn't matter if you're a divorcee, whatever. Doesn't matter. What matters is you guys are in love with each other. You're in a real relationship, and you can prove all this to immigration. That's what matters, you know? I couldn't care less what other people think about, you know, the age gap between Karina and I. And Karina couldn't care less about the age gap. She doesn't care, okay? It's not important. And she laughs, you know. Her friends in Colombia love me to death. I have no enemies in Colombia, okay? Only friends. Now, I don't know when Karina gets here. You know, this is Santa Rosa County. It's kind of, you know, there's not too many Latinos here, not too many at all. You know, she might get stared at because she's Venezuelan, who knows? But she doesn't care. You got to be strong in the mind to get through this process. And we can't wait for her to get here. And then soon she'll be sitting next to me. Maybe we'll put a Venezuelan flag up over here somewhere and a Colombian flag, because Colombia is a country that welcomed Karina from Venezuela, but our home country is Venezuela. You know, God bless everybody in Venezuela and Colombia. You know, thank you to the government of Colombia for accepting Venezuelans from that dictator communist Maduro. Thank you, Colombian government. We appreciate you for that. Karina does too. Let's see here. You're going to be good, Paya India. God's Power Thomas. Hello, Diego. My status is ready. Good. Case created 5th of May, 2023, and case last updated 4th of August, 2023. No invoice to pay for the visa fee. You may not need the invoice number. You may not need it. See if you can, you know, maybe your fiance can pay for the visa fee at a bank in her country instead of waiting on the invoice number. Furious Ram, will just the case number tell me what the visa is? Yes, the case number will give you the status of where your visa is. Whoop Slap's talking to God's Power. Let's see. Whoop Slap is talking to Furious Ram. Faris Faris Hassan. Hey, Diego, how are you doing on September cases? They're knocking them out pretty good. And I'm getting told that they're processing October 2022 cases. I have not seen any evidence of that. But when I get evidence of that, then I'll make a video. If I don't get NOA2 by the end of September, what can I do? You'll get it. You'll get it by, let me see, your NOA1 is September 28th, Faris. So you won't get your NOA2 letter probably till October. Second week of October is my guess. Okay, so just relax, okay? Be patient. Henry Empleos. Sir, do I need a lawyer for change of status after we get married? No, you don't. The reason I'm asking is I retained a lawyer at the beginning. Is it hard to fill out the form for status change? Because my fiance has three kids. No, if your fiance has 3 kids, you better be making lots of money. That's number one. Putting adjustment of status paperwork together is easy. Putting a K-1 visa package together is easy. You don't need an attorney. The only time you need an attorney in a K-1 visa package is if you have criminal problems. You know, you have criminal convictions and you want an immigration attorney. I'm not saying immigration attorneys are bad. They're not bad. They do a good job. Most of them do anyway. Not all, but most. So if you have a criminal conviction somewhere in your past, that's a felony, you want to pay an immigration attorney to look at your criminal conviction. Pay him $100. Say, hey, what's the deal here? Do I qualify for the benefit? Yes or no? If you don't qualify, he'll tell you, or she'll tell you. If you do qualify, then say, thank you, Mr. Immigration Attorney, and then say, have a nice day, and then go process your K-1 visa by yourself. The same is true with adjustment of status. So if you got 3 kids and you're a beneficiary, that's 4 people, okay? So 4 people is going to require 4 adjustment of status paperwork. 4. You're going to need to fill out 4 I-865s. You're going to have to fill out 4 I-864s. You're going to have to fill out 4 I-693s, which is the medical exam, okay? 4, 1 per person. And then you're going to write a separate check for each person for their green card and the biometrics, okay? So you're going to write a check for your wife. You're going to write a check for your stepchild, a check for your stepchild, and a check for your stepchild. So you're going to have 4 checks. It's going to cost you over $4,000, okay? But money is not the issue here. What's important is you don't need an immigration attorney to do this, okay? It's not hard. I have made videos on how to put together adjustment of status paperwork. If you look through the videos, I made over 600 videos. How I did that, I don't know, but I did. You'll find one and it will explain it to you, okay? How to do adjust to status. It's not difficult. It's easy. It just means you got to pay attention to detail. You got to be the biggest mistakes people make are transposing numbers, spelling names wrong. If you spell your beneficiary's name wrong, that's a problem. If you put the passport number in backwards, that's a problem. If you mess up the expiration date of the passport and it doesn't match the photocopy, that's a problem. Pay attention to detail. Don't rush the process. Fill out the paperwork slowly. Go slow with it. Don't rush. There's no rush to get the green card. It's not a big rush. Okay, you want to get it done right the first time, not the second time. All right? You do not need a lawyer, Henry. You just need to fill out the paperwork, do it yourself. Go to uscis.gov/forms, look for I-865, look for I-864, print 4 I-693s, because you're going to I recommend you get your medical exams done over again in the United States. Redo the medical exams. Because I've seen a lot of RFEs coming out of Chicago. Immigration are denying green cards because you didn't submit the medical exam. Well, I had my medical exam in my beneficiary's home country. It's good for 2 years. Well, that's all well and good, but immigration need to see it. And if the Border Patrol officer takes it, from you at the checkpoint when you entered the USA, guess what? You're going to have to redo the medical exam, and you're going to have to include it in your adjustment of status paperwork. Because if you don't, you're going to get an RFE. Where's the medical exam? Where's the vaccination documents? If you don't do that, the RFE is going to set you back 2 or 3 months getting your green card for your beneficiary. Teja Sweeney Mumadi. I know that even though slots are not available, it shows us, but it is not showing me the calendar. Okay. James 1, I saw some dates this morning in India. Good job. So James is helping Teja Sweeney. Got to check hourly. Good information. Paya, we got NOA 2 August 24th, waiting on MVC. We have met twice and lived together for 4 months in 2021. I'm finally going back in October. Paya, your visa is going to be approved. You're good. Totally good. You're totally good. Teja Sweeney, who do I need to contact? I think that the site has an issue. I am stressed. The site's down. It's been down. When the site is down, don't stress it. You wait. Wait a couple of days and then relook. And if it's still down, don't stress. Just wait another few days and look. Veronica Hooft. Yeah, Diego, you're right. This island Captain Cook visit. Hey, I know a lot about the world, guys. I know a lot about the world. Remember the volcanic eruption, January 15th? I do, 2022. That was a terrible thing. It was a terrible thing. And didn't you guys get a tsunami out of that? That's the island. Less U.S. immigration attorney. Mostly Australia and New Zealand come on down and help people. So you had a bad volcanic eruption, and Australians and people from New Zealand came to help the people. Well, that's good, and I love it. I love our friends in Australia and New Zealand. We got people watching us from Australia. They just don't say anything in the live stream. They're shy. Our Australian friends are shy. Whoopslap, hi from Guatemala. Guatemala, Central America. Tadima Linda, I only have about 10 pictures to present for interview. Will that lead to my K1 visa denial? No, it's not going to lead to your denial. But they want to see more pictures. My fiance has visited me 4 times. Okay, can you prove that? Can you prove that your fiance has visited you 4 times? Do you have 4 sets of boarding passes from airplane visits? If you have 4 boarding passes, actually 8, leaving and coming, coming and going, coming and going. If you got 8 boarding passes to prove those visits, those 10 pictures will be sufficient. But I recommend 30 pictures. You're okay. You're going to be fine, Tadima. Relax. Teja Sweeney, no, it is not showing me the calendar. James, right. So James and Teja Sweeney, everybody's talking to everybody else. And then we have Teja Sweeney is talking, and it won't page down, so I cannot see what it says. Imagine that. Let me see if I can get it to work. It's not my computer. I think it's YouTube. Let's blame YouTube, right? Ugh. I'm gonna have a salute. I gotta drink some Mountain Dew, guys. I am thirsty. Well, okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I don't want to take up any more time of your beautiful weekend, your Saturday. So I don't see any more questions, and the computer's not paging down, so I can't read it. Maybe I'll do a test here. Let me send a test and see what's going on. Did that work? No. Did that work? No. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for the super chats. I'm going to log off now and go make a sandwich. Karina's at work. She'll get off of work probably about 9 p.m. tonight, get home. And then she'll call me and tell me she's home. And then we'll chat for about an hour. And then I'll watch a YouTube video on how to play guitar, because I'm learning how to play guitar. And I will see you guys on the next live stream, which is going to be Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Now, I might do a surprise live stream during maybe tomorrow morning, early in the morning. Maybe I'll do a surprise live stream to the folks who live in in Vietnam, Japan, Singapore, and those countries can get a chance to jump in on the live stream. Thanks for watching, everybody. You have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow morning or Monday at 7 p.m.